First, let's create a new file in Illustrator. So what's different about Illustrator or this vector space is that it works with artboards. You can use just one artboard for a project, or you can use multiple. For now, let's make a file with one artboard at the size that you'll be using for your second project, which is 1080 pixels by 1080 pixels at least. Because they are both Adobe programs, there is a lot of overlap between how Photoshop and Illustrator are laid out, how they work, their tools, and their commands. So I'm going to click Create New like I did in Photoshop and get a similar menu. I'm going to name my file Caitlin underscore Skullroot underscore vector, and in width and height I'll input 1080 pixels by 1080 pixels. Because I'm making a square file, the orientation can either be portrait or landscape, more vertical or more horizontal respectively. I don't need to mess with bleed or the advanced options at the moment. What Illustrator has auto-populated for me, which is CMYK and 300 DPI, is totally fine. And I'll click Create. Now you can see I have one artboard or one space to draw within. If I created multiple artboards, say 6 artboards, I'd be seeing 6 spaces of equal size lined up together. So let's show you that really quickly. I'll go back to File, New at the top, and let's make multiple artboards. You won't be required to use multiple artboards in your project, but it's a key part of Illustrator to understand. Here I'll do all the same steps as before, but now I will go to Artboards, next to the orientation icons, and enter 6. And because I want to organize the way Illustrator lays these artboards out, I will click More Settings. Now I'm going to get another menu with a lot of repeated information, but here I can also change the spacing between artboards, their layout style, and how many columns. So if I want 3 columns of 2 artboards, I'd leave it like this. If I want to line them all up in one row with no columns, I would click Arrange by Row. And if I wanted them lined up in one column, vice versa, I would click Arrange by Column. But let's go with the first option, Grid by Row. So now I have a file with multiple artboards, which can be exported as multiple files. So you can change your artboards later, but it's good to be in the habit of just planning them out in advance.